So, like, I'm going to give you a really interesting example. My husband used to work in academia. Okay. And so I know all of his friends, they're all, in research positions at universities. And, academia pays a certain amount. It does have a lot of, job stability, luckily. But it's very hard work. And if you don't know the language or the lingo of how they operate at 9 to 5, when they come home, they're saying stuff like, yeah, I work in research, but they're not telling you about like what they publish. They're not telling you about what they discovered. They're not telling you about this incredible problem that they solved that now is being purchased by, a big tech company so that they can use that in their own research or the grant money that was put into that. Like there's so many things that happen in just research. And now, my husband, he works in pharma and it's the same thing. Like my husband's not talking about like the new laser they got. He's not talking about this technology is going now for FDA. Like there's just so many things that you're just not aware of because you haven't participated in. I'm not saying you specifically, but you're not familiar with the inner workings of everyone you meet, right? If you're a business owner, if you're someone who starts businesses, your social career circle is going to be people who know about KPIs and CRMs and
Yeah.
marketing and brand strategy. But that's business lingo, right? There's a whole other world out there that's doing similar work that provides them a lot of value and, self-validation, and it's worth it. But because you're not around it, because you're not surrounded by that language, you're just not aware of it. So what everyone does, what you do when you meet people that don't know your world, most people, you say the general stuff. You're not giving them the whole marketing plan, right? You're not giving them a deck. And similar to those industries. So what I would tell you is that like, it's not about where are they and it's not about like what they do for a living. It's more of like how you navigate in meeting people from now on, which is, you told me that you have such a value for curiosity. Now you actually have to be curious about the person that you're speaking to. And I'm not saying that you haven't, but it's about asking questions in a different way. For instance, like pretend it's a job interview, asking someone, so what kind of problems do you solve at work? What's been the best thing about being where you're at? What's been the hardest thing? Which is something, these are questions that you would normally see at like a job interview, but it's really you asking that person, how do you spend 40 hours a day each week? Just so I can better understand like how you feel good when you're at work. And you can even practicing by talking to people, you can learn so much about people. Like I remember meeting this one woman, she's a barista at Starbucks, at my local Starbucks. She has severe ADHD and she loves working at Starbucks because it's the one career that's like being a barista has helped her manage her ADHD in a way where she feels at peace working and doing multiple orders at once 40 hours a week. And I think you could just learn so much just having that curiosity of like, how are you spending your 40 hours? Because I think that just blows open all of your opportunities of like who you could be with.